So the wind completely blew out the audio. It does not sound great, but these are floor mats and they are awesome. We're going to be unboxing them and then I'm going to be showing you placing them in the car and just talking about them. They're super neat. One for the driver's side, one for the passenger side, and then one for the rear. They're all awesome and I can't wait to get into them. The first one out of the bag is the back seats. And look how nice these look. Straight out of the bag, there is some like white stuff on it. I think that's just from the packaging though, because when I used my finger to rub it, it came off pretty easily. I'm not going to bother with it too much though. We have the logos both on each side, and since they're white, they kind of match the theme of my car. And we also have these tracks, which I think traps the dirt in so it doesn't just like slide everywhere. You'll see later in the video that the edges are raised on the back super high, so that's great. Next up, is the driver's side one. Now this one is awesome. Look at how raised the sides are. This is great for holding in any dirt so it doesn't get underneath the floor mat. You'll see that when we install. The logo is right in the middle. Looks super sick. And lastly, we have the passenger ones. These are essentially the same as the driver ones, just minus the large part. The install on these is super easy. All you do for these really is just put it in kind of front first and just slide it in. If you do have trouble, it does help to move the seat back. So you can just move the seat back and then put it in. But this is also pretty good. Over time, you can see that it's not fully aligned right here, but over time the rubber will like soften a bit because of the heat, and it'll mold more to the car. So it sits in really well and it's really snug. Like that's definitely not going anywhere. So that'll sit there, and it provides a lot of protection along the side right here and along the side right here. So sitting inside of it feels pretty good. There is a little bit of a raised part right here, and it doesn't sit all the way flush right here, but that's just because it came out of the bag. So if yours is kind of like that, you don't have to worry. Over time, with heat and just time, it will mold more perfectly to the car. It's not going anywhere, so you don't have to worry about it moving on you. That's mostly important with the driver's side though, so let's check that. Same install process, you're just going to slide it down and in. And you're just going to press it down, and it should fit super snugly in here. And this is awesome. This lip right here, I'll show you more in detail. We're going to get a more personal view right here, actually going into the car. So this is awesome. You can see right here, the lip is super high. In fact, it meets to where my protective plating is, so really nothing should get in here. It has a lip just like this, and it sits very flush right here. Not as flush over here, you can see it kind of moves a little bit, but again, over time, that's going to soften up and it's going to stick really well to the side of your car. Now this is huge. I've seen some where they don't go up all the way, but this is awesome because you have full protection right here. I wish they would have maybe extended this out a little bit longer. That way I don't hit my foot on the side right here. I'm actually hitting the car, but that's not a big deal. Over here, you can see that this part right here is super tall. So you don't really have to worry about kicking the side of this console, which is an issue with some floor mats. So you can really just put your foot right there and you don't have to worry about it. And these are definitely not going anywhere. If I'm moving around, these sit really well. They also go pretty far up, so you don't have to worry about anything there. They go pretty far back as well, and they have a whole part right here where it will prevent anything from going back. Everything should sit nicely inside of here. These look awesome. And now we go to the back seats. Some of the mats, there's these little rubber nubs. And this is great because it holds it, or it helps hold it in place. It doesn't need some kind of crazy fancy thing that ups the price. These are perfect. And we're going to put them in basically the same way we did the front ones, where it goes front in and then we push the back down. And this is what they look like back here. These like treads are super cool. I think they look really nice. It has a really big lip. Don't mind this. That's my PPF I have to fix later. But it goes really far up. You can see it's really high. So even if my feet are back here, I'm not going to go across this. And it goes up really far here, and it doesn't interfere with any of the tracks. And if you do have any issues with it being raised like how it is there, all you need to do is put something on top of it to flatten it for a while. So we're just going to go through and show a quick overview of all the floor mats. These are awesome. If you want to buy these yourselves, they're in the description below the like button, as well as a discount code to help you out. Should make them super perfect and a great addition to your Model 3. Should be one of the first additions to your Model 3.